Hello everyone, and welcome to the weird, scary and horrible parts of humanity. Today we are looking at the highly controversial execution of alleged drug dealer Zahra Bahrami, which caused a significant breakdown in relationships between the Dutch and Iranian government, with numerous doubts regarding her guilt over the crime for which she was executed. Bahrami was born in Tehran, the capital of Iran, on the 25th of January 1965 before moving to the Netherlands. She became a Dutch citizen by naturalization but retained her Iranian citizenship. She started working as a professional belly dancer and maintained a second residence in London, the United Kingdom. She eventually had a number of children in Iran. However, she also had a criminal background. In 2003, Bahrami was convicted and sentenced to jail in the Netherlands for smuggling 16 kilograms of cocaine from the Caribbean to the Netherlands. She spent 3 years in prison in the Netherlands, of which 1 year was conditional. Having served her sentence in 2009, she travelled from the Netherlands to Iran, claiming that her intention was to visit her children. However, she would never return to the Netherlands alive. On the 27th of December 2009, on the eve of the 2009 Iranian elections, she participated at the Ahura Protests, a series of protests across the country by supporters of the Green Movement, claiming that the outcome of the June 2009 Iranian presidential election was rigged. This led to multiple arrests, including to the arrest of Bahrami. Held in Tehran's Evin prison, Section 209, reserved for political prisoners and where alleged human rights abuses have taken place, it was alleged that Bahrami belonged to the Kingdom of Assembly of Iran, a militant monarchist group based in Los Angeles, which aims to overthrow the Islamic Republic of Iran and restore the Iranian monarchy. The group is banned in Iran. While most protesters of the Ahura Protests were released in the coming days, Bahrami was held in prison but was not charged. It was then that prosecutors in Tehran charged her with the capital crime of drug trafficking. Prosecutors alleged that in an anti-drug raid on Bahrami's home, police had uncovered 450 grams of cocaine and 420 grams of opium. At her home, 3 passports were found, her Dutch and Iranian passport as well as a false passport. Her family believed that the drug charges were fabricated due to her involvement in the Ahura Protests, with her daughter noting that her mother did not even smoke. It was alleged by the Women's Committee of the National Council of Resistance of Iran that she underwent psychological and physical torture while in prison and was forced to make false confessions. Prominent human rights lawyer Nasrin Sotoudeh acted as Bahrami's defense attorney. However, on the 28th of August 2010, Sotoudeh's office was raided. It was unclear if this was due to Bahrami's case or other human rights activities which were being overseen by Sotoudeh. Sotoudeh was arrested days later and imprisoned at Evin prison in solitary confinement. In January 2011, she was sentenced to 11 years in prison and barred from practicing law and from leaving the country. Iran does not recognise dual citizenship and hence prevented the Dutch consulate from providing legal assistance or from even visiting Bahrami. Sentenced to death for drug trafficking by the Islamic Revolutionary Court, her appeal was rejected by the Supreme Court. Iran is a prolific executioner, committing the second most executions in the world, executing at least 267 people in 2020, according to Amnesty International. Bahrami was executed on the 29th of January 2011 at 5 a.m. by hanging at the age of 45. The hanging was carried out before any investigation into the security charges against her. Her corpse was buried in a location 400 kilometers from Tehran on the 6th of February 2011. The bodies of political prisoners are never returned due to fears that the funeral will turn into a protest. Due to the distance from Tehran, her family was unable to make it to her burial. In protest, the Dutch government froze contact with the Iranian government, with the Dutch Foreign Minister Uri Rosenthal stating that he was shattered by this act by a barbaric regime. Rosenthal also noted that Bahrami was most likely executed for political crimes. Rosenthal himself faced criticism and acknowledged that he could have done more earlier on in the arrest of Bahrami. With the Netherlands squashing all diplomatic ties in protests, the United Nations and the European Union, of which Netherlands is a member, also criticised the hanging of Bahrami. The Dutch and Iranian governments resumed diplomatic ties on the 18th of February 2011. Sotto Day was released on the 18th of September 2013 following an early release of 10 other political prisoners, including opposition leader Mohsen Aminzadeh. This release occurred days before Iranian President Hassan Rouhani was due to give an address to the United Nations. She was arrested again in June 2018 for espionage, dissemination of propaganda, and disparaging the Supreme Leader of Iran, Ali Khamenei, and given a 5-year sentence and a 2-year sentence for insulting the Khamenei. Thank you for watching. Please do yourself a favour and hit that like and subscribe button and the bell icon to inform you when new videos come out. It helps more than you know and your support is truly appreciated. You'll also be seeing 2 other videos for you to check out. Until next time, stay awesome, stay classy, be kind to everyone you meet, and have an amazing day.